Hi, my name is Dr. John Douillard. I'm going to talk to you today about women's health from the Ayurvedic perspective. You know, when I first came back from India many years ago, I was working with Deepak Chopra. We used to host a lot of Ayurvedic doctors and travel around with them, and they would comment about how common women's health issues, PMS concerns were with women here in the West, where in India it really wasn't a very common thing. And their deduction was that women have lost their connection to the natural rhythms. Now in the West, we have a new science called circadian medicine, which is reconnecting this human body to the natural cycles of nature. Daily cycles, seasonal cycles, and monthly cycles. Well, this is like Ayurveda 101 that Western medicine is just beginning to understand now, that there actually is a thing called circadian medicine, and something we teach in the first days or weeks of your Ayurvedic training is learn how to reconnect to the clocks. Well, one of the clocks is your monthly clock, and women clearly have a much deeper connection to the monthly clock than men do. And that is basically governed by two major energies, the Apana Vata, which goes down into the pelvis to support reproduction and elimination, and the Prana Vata that goes up into the head and supports stress and vitality. Now, if you're under a lot of stress, pushing really, really hard, then the prana that goes up isn't enough to do all the things you have to do in your day. So the apana that goes down, it goes up to help out. This is what Ayurveda calls upward moving vata. And as a result, when you borrow money from the apana vata, which really governs in Western medicine your adrenals, then the adrenals become depleted, and they measure and they keep a record of how much money was borrowed from them. And if you continue to borrow money from the adrenals, then the elimination can become compromised, the reproductive function can become compromised, it can cause low back pain, it can cause a whole lot of concerns, lymphatic issues around your lower legs and extremities, cellulite, circulation issues. It really can manifest completely differently depending on how you're genetically wired. But that lack of prana going down, because it's all gone north to support all the stress, is definitely going to take its toll. Now, from a women's health perspective, if that prana vata is actually being depleted and everything has sort of gone north and there's no energy here to menstruate properly, then what's going to happen is the body's going to say, hey, you know what? I don't have enough apana vata energy to move down to menstruate properly. So the prana that goes up, it goes down to help out. And it leaves nobody home up here. So prior to the cycle, you feel depleted, you feel exhausted, you feel sort of run down, and that makes the whole menstrual experience a little bit worse than it has to be. In fact, hopefully, it doesn't have to be bad at all. The idea was that during the menstrual period, it was a very deep introspective time. You know, sort of a time where you pull back the bow before you release it into a month of activity. A time where women became, you know, more of the spiritual leaders, and this deep time of the months to really go inward and become introspective and function from that center of calm and silence that we see so powerful in nature, the eye of a hurricane, the sun which sits still and everything spins around it, the nucleus of atoms. These are all laws of nature of the coexistence of opposites, the calm that supports the winds around the storm. Women traditionally were that calm, and their monthly connection gave them that intuition. While the men were out there hunting and throwing spears and trying to feed their family, the women were gathering and taking care of everything. And when the men come back empty-handed, the women were like, we got this covered, don't worry about it. And the reality is that they were the ones that not only gave us birth, but also fed us and took care of us. And it was wonderful. Women, we wouldn't be here as a species. That's very, very clear, even from the ancient gatherer history that we have. So anyway, the idea is that if women could just go with the natural flow, that if they feel a little more introspective, to go that way. Maybe not schedule extra things during the menstrual cycle if you can predict when it's coming. Maybe take some time off or a light duty whenever possible. Taking it easy during that time allows the vata to go down. If you're running marathons during that time, then what should be going down is going to have to go up to run the marathon, and that can create a more of a depletion of your adrenals. Your adrenals borrow money from reproduction, they borrow money from blood sugar, they borrow money from thyroid. These are places that we see a lot of degenerative concerns in our culture, and a lot of it's due to us pushing beyond our capacity. And this isn't just about women, this is men too. But women during the cycle, this is one thing that women can begin to do, is to say, hey, you know what, my cycle's coming up. I'm not going to take that extra class. I'm not going to do this extra thing. I'm just going to go home early and take it easy and just take, and not push myself during that period. Maybe read books, study, do more introspective kinds of things. That's the rule. This is not to say that this is a weakness. In traditional understanding, Vedic understanding, this is a powerful strength. And when women get connected to that inner science, they govern the community. They support the family. They are, in my opinion, the more powerful part of the partnership. That in our culture, that silence has been lost. It seems like our culture just wants to go into more extreme behavior, more extreme activity, and we're losing access to that inner calm. And there's science that shows that we have lost our ability to listen to these circadian cycles. Our genes, which hold the clocks, or circadian clocks, can't hear the rhythms of nature anymore. This is a scientific fact. This is a big deal. When maybe it's why whales are beaching themselves. This is something that we have to reconnect ourselves to. So beginning to understand the Ayurvedic understanding of natural circadian clocks and rhythms of nature is a powerful, powerful thing. In the article associated with this video, I go through all the different aspects of menstrual health from a body type perspective. I go through the different diets for each body type, herbs, lifestyle, behaviors, things that women can do, find out their body type, look at the symptoms associated with their body, with their kind of body type specific menstrual related issues. So it's all classified according to Vata, Pitta, Kapha and your body type. So you can look in there and kind of see, how do you fit, how does your women's health menstrual issues fit towards these body type specific classifications of imbalance. Take a look at those, see if you can create some strategies around bringing your body back into balance in that department, and of course, ultimately paying back some of that debt that we all have to pay back. But from a menstrual women's health perspective, it's definitely something to think about, to not borrow too much energy from the Apana Vata. Bring them both back into balance. Thanks for listening. I'm Dr. John Douillard. Hi, did you like this video? Do you like our content here at LifeSpa? You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/John Douillard right here and get this valuable content every week in your inbox.
This recording is brought to you by LifeSpa, where ancient Ayurvedic wisdom meets modern science. Get access to free health video newsletters by Dr. John at lifespa.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.